Good day everyone. I am Chris Poldiamakna from BSED Math 3A. So now let's proceed to the next topic of our group report. So 1.2.1.1 restricted response item. This is like an expanded form of short answer type objective test. There is a limit on both the content, scope, and the form of student response. So example po dito is, what are the main body parts of a plant? Describe each part. Why is the barometer one of the most useful instrument to forecast the weather? Explain in one paragraph. So ito yung type ng question or item na pinapa uh, pinapala ine-expand pa yung question, like dito sa number 1, ang tinatanong lang uh, ano daw yung mga main body parts ng plant. Then ang extended niya na part is yung pina-describe niya pa ito. So in that way, parang mapapalawak pa ng bibigyan pa natin ng chance yung student o yung nagtitake ng ganitong type ng question is mabigyan sila ng chance na mapalawak pa yung idea na meron sila. So the next item is extended response item. The student is generally free to select any factual information that can help in organizing the response. Example, what can you say about NATO's position on the ISIS? Comment on the term new normal that refers to the environmental condition and climate change. So our next is types of essay that measure complex learning outcomes. So we have here the two types of essay. So first is restricted response essay items and extended response essay items. So sa restricted response essay items, it has the ability to explain the cause and effect relationship, describe application of principles, formulate with valid conclusion, enumerate and explain, and lastly, explain methods and procedure. Then sa extended response essay item naman is meron nito siyang ability na the organized idea, integrate learning, design an experiment, evaluate the worth of ideas. So next is assessment tools to measure authentic learning performance and products, or KPUP. Level 4 of learning outcomes in KPUP can be assessed through performance or product. These learning outcomes can best be done through the use of authentic evaluation. So next, let's proceed po. So this is the performance assessment tools. The first one is checklist. Is a tool that consists of a list of qualities that are expected to be observed as present or absent. So sa checklist is ito na ba yung may listahan po siya ng ano ba yung mga kailangan sa isang assessment or sa performance, tapos i-check niya lang po doon kung qualify ba yung performance na ginawa ng estudyante. So next is the rating scale. It's a tool that uses a scale in a number line as a basis to estimate the numerical value of a performance or a product. So dito sa rating scale naman po is meron siyang binibigyan na rate na from 1 to 5, which is the 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. So in that way is ma-assess niya yung performance ng estudyante. So next is lastly, rubrics for portfolio. A portfolio is a compilation of the experience as authentic learning outcomes presented with evidence and reflections. So ang rubrics po ay isang table na sa row niya po meron siyang mga criteria na sinusundan, at sa bawat column niya po ay meron siyang iba't ibang level po, or parang kunyari sa number 1 is meron siyang good, then so on and so forth. Parang it's almost like a rating scale po. So next is, so now let's proceed to level of assessment for the levels of learning outcomes. Level of assessment describe levels of the learning outcomes, which are 1 knowledge, 2 process or skill, 3 understanding, and 4 performance or products of performance. So dito meron tayong level of learning outcomes or assessment, what is a test, what to test or assess, what are types of assessment, and percentage value in assessment. So sa level 1, sinabi ka natin kanina is knowledge. So ano ba yung ina-assess natin dito? Ito yung 4W and 1H. So who, what, when, how, and why. So type of assessment dito natin is pwede ang pencil and paper, and non-paper and pencil. So percentage ng value natin dito is 15%. So sa second po is level 2, process skills. Ano yung in-assess nito natin dito? Ito ay pag-construct or constructed, meaning from knowledge. So pwede ito siya, pareho lang rin sa type ng assessment nung una, and ang percentage nito ay 25%. So sa level 3 is yung understanding. So ang ina-assess pa natin dito is explanation, interpretation, application, empathy, perspective, and self-knowledge. So dito po ay ina-assess po natin dito kung ano ba yung pagkakaintindi nila sa lesson na binigay natin, or paano nila naunawaan or inadapt yung lesson na binigay natin dito. So ang types of assessment pwede yung pencil or and paper. So ang percentage niya ay 30%. So now let's proceed to the next. So next is placing value to assessment result from KPUP to written work performance tasks quarterly exam. While the KPUP is still utilized in the grading system, however, it has been slightly modified by WW, PT, and QE. A summative assessment is composed of written works, performance tasks, and quarterly assessment. This will be explained in the table. So, sa written work po ay, ang purpose po nito ay assess learners understanding of concept and application of skills in written form. Prepare learners for quarterly assessment. So, sa written works, ito yung mga quizzes or mga essay form. So, ito yung mga written or mga sulat kamay, handwritten na mga activities. So, next is the performance task. So, dito sa performance task is ito yung involved na student in the learning purposely, individual, or in a collaboration with teammates over a period of time. So, ito na yung mga group activities or mga pinapagawa sa atin na task with group or individual. So dito is mabibigyan ng chance yung student na mapalawak or mag-share ng mga idea sa ibang kagrupo. So lastly is the quarterly assessment. So dito sa quarterly assessment, ito na po yung mga exams, yeah, like yung first quarter exam, second quarter, and so on and so forth. So dito is nagaganap siya sa end of a quarter. So next is grades at the end of the school year and how these are computed. So in kindergarten is gumagamit po sila ng checklist, anecdotal records, and portfolios are used instead of numerical grades, which are based on kindergarten curriculum. So next is the grade 1 to grade 10. So number 1 is the average of the quarters grades produced at the end of the year grade. Number 2 is general average is computed by dividing the sum of all final grade by the total number of the learning areas. So dito po ay meron silang criteria. So, ito yung criteria nila. So, ito yung mga criteria nila. So, sa components, kunyari dito sa language, AP, SP, sa written work, meron silang 30%, performance task 50%, quarterly assessment or yung exam is 20%. So, minsan naman sa science po ay ang written work nila is 40%, performance task ganun rin 40%, and ang quarter exam nila is 20%. So, sa MAPI, EPP or TELE is meron tayong 20% sa written work, sa performance task is 60% is which is kailangan talaga kasi more on activities or more on marami talaga ginagawa sa performance. So, kaya mas malaki yung performance task ng grade nila. So, quarterly exam is 20%. So, yun ang mga grading system ng simula grade 1 to grade 10. So, next is the senior high. So, dito tayo sa senior high. So, it is composed of grade 11 and grade 12. So, the average of the quarterly grade produce the semester grade. The general average is computed by dividing the sum of all semestral final grades by the total number of the learning areas. The senior high school grading components. So, ito pa yung grading components ng senior high school. So, ito pa yung components ng grade ng grade system ng senior high school or grade 11 or grade 12. So, sa written work, meron tayo ditong core subject, academic track, and tech voc or TVL, sports, arts, and design. So, sa core subject ay yung written work niya ay 25%, ang performance 50, and quarterly exam is 25. Sa academic track naman ay may dalawang nakahiwalay. So, all other subject and work immersion research. So, sa all other subject is 25% ang written work, 45 naman ang PT or performance task, and 30% sa quarterly exam. Sa work immersion naman is 35% ang written work, 40% ang performance task, and 25% ang quarterly exam. Sa textbook naman ay ganun din, meron siyang dalawang nakahiwalay sa so, nakadivide to siya sa dalawa sa all other subject and work immersion lang rin. So sa all other subject ng textbook or other TBLs stranded, sa written work nila ay meron 20%, sa performance is 60%, and quarterly exam is 20%. So sa work immersion naman po nila is 20% pa rin sa written work, and same lang din sa performance task and quarterly exam. So overall po yan siya ay 100%. So next is reporting summative grades by quarter or semester or the end of the year. So interpretation of the numerical values for all subject areas is based on the minimal initial grade of 60 transmuted into an equivalent of 75 in the report card. So the numerical grades are described in the different levels of proficiency in the different competency set in the subject areas. So ito na yung nakikita natin um, sa grade natin nung junior high and senior high. May nakikita tayo doon na kunyari yung 72, ang grade po natin is 80 to from 80 to 90. Kunyari dyan yung grade natin. So ang interpretation po niyan is it's either good or very good or outstanding and so on and so forth. So ito pa yung example niya. So makikita po natin dito yung kunyari, ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina. So sa below up to 74 is meron siyang beginning, sa 75 to 79 is developing, 80 to 84 is approaching proficiency, and 85 to 90 proficiency, and 90 to and above is advanced. So ito yung transmuted ng magiging final grade natin. So that's all lang po ang report ko, at maraming salamat sa pakikinig.